Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here. I'm really honored to be able to be here with you today. And I admire you for being so good to your bodies and being consistently good to your bodies. So, we're working on our 7 essential yoga poses, YELP, David calls yoga essential life poses. And we'll go through all the areas that we need to hit every day today. However, we're going to first start, as usual, with our pranayama. And I like my new description of the three types of breath: the water, the coffee, and the whiskey. So let's go ahead and sit tall. And we'll start with our water breath. So I'm not going to count for you. I'm going to let you count on your own, but just make your inhalations and exhalations even. And make sure that you inhale all the way down to your belly and feel your belly expand as you inhale and feel your belly contract with your exhale. At your own pace, we'll take a few moments to do our water breath, the kind of breath we need every day, all day. One more deep dirga breath, deep yoga breath. Bring your breathing back to normal. And then let's do our coffee breath, our Kalabati breath. It's skull shining breath. This is where we exhale forcefully through our nose rapidly. Let the inhale be very passive. The air will just flow back in after you forcefully exhale. And put your hand on your belly so you can really feel your belly contract as you get all the oxygen out of your body. Ready? Take a deep breath. We'll do 10 and then pause and we'll do 10 more. And then pause. And another round of 10. Inhale. And then pause. So that's our coffee breath. That's the jolt of energy in case you ever need one. That's what you do. I have a scratch golfer friend who told me that her coach actually tells her to do that before she competes. So sitting up nice and tall, we'll do our whiskey breath at the end of class. That's the calming breath. So we'll do that at the end. And now that we're nice and energized, let's do some neck stretches. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale. Exhale, bring your right ear to your right shoulder, right hand to the left side of the head. And then take your left arm and just push it away from your body so you can feel a little bit more stretch. Take a deep breath here. And as you exhale, keep your hand on the side of your head and now just tilt your head down just slightly so that you're looking like above your knee. Couple more breaths here. And then very slowly release and then bring your head back up to center. Let's recross our legs the opposite direction. Inhale with crown reaching up to the ceiling. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder, left hand to the side of the head, keeping your face forward for a few breaths here. Deep breath in Exhale as you tuck your chin and tilt your head looking down above your knee. Oh, and I forgot to tell you to take your right arm out to the side and just enhance the stretch a little bit. And very slowly release, and then come back up. So essential movement number one is 6 spinal. Movement number one is actually 6 movements. There's 6 spinal movements that we'll do. That we like to do our twist, our lateral, and our forward and backward. So start with a tall crown of your head up to the ceiling. We'll start with our namaste hands. Inhale, reach up with your fingertips. Exhale, arms in a T. Inhale. Exhale, twist to the right. So this time the left hand comes to the outside of the right thigh. Spine is spiraling upward vertically. 3 deep breaths here. Inhale, 1. Inhale, 2. Inhale, 3. And 1 more inhale. And as you exhale, come back to center. Palms to the center of the chest. Inhale, push up. Exhale, the lateral bend, taking the right hand by the hip, the left arm by the ear. Making sure that your sit bone stays on the mat. Don't let it pop up like this. Feel your rib cage open. Keep that shoulder back. 3 big breaths here. Inhale as you reach up. Exhale as you come down. Once more, hands in front of your chest. Push your hands together as you push your fingertips up, way, 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 way up. Inhale. Exhale, arms in a T. Inhale. Exhale, twist to the left. Right hand on the outside of the left thigh. Left hand behind you. 3 big breaths here. Inhale, 1. Inhale, 2. Inhale, 3. Inhale, 4. And as you exhale, come back to center. 1 more namaste hands. Inhale, push your fingertips way, way up. Exhale, left hand floats down, right arm beside the ear. A couple more deep breaths here. Really push down on your right sit bone so you really feel your right rib cage open. Inhale, pull up. Exhale, down. Okay, so the 5th and 6th spinal movements are the flexion and extension. So take your hands on your knees, tuck your chin, and sort of scoot your tailbone underneath of your body as you curl your spine backwards in a C shape. Bring your belly button in and feel your vertebra open in your back. Feel your shoulder blades separate. And then the extension of the spine, we're going to inhale as we bring our chest forward and arch our back so that you have an extended spine here and you're feeling your shoulder blades now come together down your back. So you're shrugging your shoulders down from your ears. Deep breath here. And then 1 more flexion, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, curl the spine backward. And 1 more extension as you bring your chest forward, head up, chin up, arch the back, shoulders down from the ears. And then back to center. Okay, so recross your legs again. And then we'll take our arms open in a T, inhale. Exhale, let's come up to Urdhva Hastasana. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, we're going to grab our elbows, bring the left arm on top of the right arm. grabbing our elbows, left arm on top of right arm, and then push the elbows back behind your ears. Try to keep your neck soft here. Don't crunch your shoulders up to your ears. Just try to keep your shoulders down, but the arms are coming out of the shoulder sockets here. And then take your left hand, keep a hold of your right elbow, and let your right hand just drop behind your head as much as it can without you crunching up your neck. So you don't want your chin to jut forward and you don't want your head to come forward. Try to stay nice and tall and feel this nice tricep, bicep, and rotator cuff stretch. And very slowly release. Bring your arms down. So this is the second part of our essentials, is working on the shoulder area here. Inhale back up. Exhale, hug your elbows, right arm on top. Push your arms back behind your ears as far as you can. Keep your neck soft. Keep your spine long. And then allow your left hand to drop behind you as you keep your right hand on the elbow. One more breath here. And as you exhale, slowly unwind. And shake all that out. And then please come on to your hands and knees in table position. Pad your knees here. We'll be on our knees for a little bit. And we'll do some more spinal twisting here. With a flat back, inhale. Exhale, sit back towards your heels, extending your spine long. Inhale, slowly push back to table. Exhale, bring your hips back to your heels again. And then inhale back to table. Flat back table, inhale. Exhale, push into your cat back, tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin, push the mat away, feel your shoulders separate. Inhale very slowly, drop your belly down, extend your spine long, tailbone back, crown of the head forward. And then back to neutral table. Plant weight into your left hand and then open twist your right arm up. Breathe, 1. Breathe 2. Breathe 3. And then bring your hand down. Good. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, lift your right knee up toward your chest, tuck your chin, bring your nose toward your knee. Inhale, kick your right leg straight back behind you, level your hips, and then put your toes down on the mat behind you. So we'll do a lateral bend here by walking our foot to the left, all the way to the outside of the left side of your mat, and look over your left shoulder to look at your cattail. So this is opening up your right ribs, contracting your left side. This is just like a lateral, well, it is a lateral bend. Okay, take the foot, walk it back behind you. Keep the leg extended. Now we'll do one other essential area is the core. So take a deep breath here, lift your leg up, and then lift your left arm into a balancing table. Engage the belly muscles and breathe. Core strength essential to everyday life. One more breath here. Exhale, bring your hand down, bring your foot down, keep it extended behind you. And then walk the foot out to the side of your body so that it's perpendicular to you. And then we're going to do some hip circles. So lift the foot and bend your knee. hip area is another essential area. So with the knee bent into our rover's revenge pose, we call this, just do some hip circles with your knee forward and then back in a big circle. And then go in the opposite direction where you go back first and then come forward. Okay, and then pause in your dog leg. Extend the leg out straight and plant the foot, toes pointing forward. Line up your foot to your knee, walk your hands to the left, line up your left hand with your left knee, and then we're going to lift our right arm up to 12 o'clock. And if it feels okay to your shoulder, bring your right arm beside your ear. Keep the shoulder up, reach, reach, reach for the left. One more breath here. And then exhale, bring your hand down, walk your hands back to center and bring your foot back into table. Flat back inhale. Exhale back into your cat back, tucking the tailbone, tuck the chin. Inhale, come into your cow, extended spine very slowly. Shoulders down from the ears, and then come back to your flat back. Putting that weight into your right hand, and then inhale as you twist open to the left. Breathe here, 1. Breathe 2. Breathe 3. And hand comes down. Flat back table, inhale. Exhale, left knee to the chest, tuck your chin, nose to knee. Inhale, kick your left leg straight back, level your hips, and then put the toes down for our lateral bend on this side. Walking the toes over to the right, looking over your right shoulder, feeling the lateral bend, opening your left side, contracting your right side. One more breath here. And as you exhale, walk your foot back behind you. And then our core exercise here. Take a deep breath, lift your leg up behind you. Right arm comes up into our balancing table. One more breath here. Hand comes down, foot comes down behind you. Kick the leg out to the side. And you can shift your hands around to get your weight balance so that you can lift the leg and then bend the knee into your rover's revenge here. And then we'll do our hip circles forward. Big hip circles. And then go the opposite direction. And then pause in your dog leg. And then extend the leg out. Place the foot down. And we will walk our hands now to the right. Line up the hand with the knee with the foot and bring your left arm up into our half moon. And if your shoulder's okay with it, bring the arm beside your ear. Breathe. A couple more deep breaths here. And then pull back up. Hand comes down. Walk the hands back forward and bring the knee back into your table pose. And then come all the way down onto your belly. Into the Sphinx pose. So line up your elbows underneath your shoulders. Forearms are parallel to each other, firm on the mat. Push your pelvis into the mat, push your thighs into the mat, and if you can push the tops of your feet into the mat. And then just take your shoulders and bring them up to your ears just for a second so you can feel how it feels to bring them back down from your ears and lengthen your neck and bring your chest forward into the Sphinx. So back bending and chest openers are one and the same. And that's another essential life pose. is to help your back muscles. This one's particularly good for your upper back muscles. A couple of breaths here. And then while we're at it, we're going to put in here one more core element. Take a deep breath, tuck your toes, exhale, push into your forearm plank. Really engage your belly muscles here, and then breathe. Try to keep your neck relaxed. Breathe. Good, and then come back down to Sphinx. So we're going to do a couple of different versions of Cobra. The first one we're going to do with a wide Cobra. Bring your hands out. You can even come outside of your mat and just line them up in the same line as your shoulders. Push into your pelvis, push into your thighs like we just did. Rotate your thighs inward slightly as you push into your hands and then come up. And then when you come up, once again, feel your neck getting long as if you're coming out of your turtle shell. And then breathe. You don't have to come up very high to feel this. Keep rotating your thighs inward. And then come all the way down. Now bring your hands where they're right underneath of your shoulders. This one's a little bit more challenging because you need to keep your elbows by your sides. You don't want your elbows to come out like this. So if you find yourself flailing your elbows out, just widen your hands again. Okay, so with your hands underneath your shoulders, really pinch the elbows into your side body. Push your pelvis into the mat, push your thighs into the mat, rotate your thighs inward, and then come on up, keeping your neck long. You don't have to come up very high here. And then breathe. Just make sure the elbows stay pointed back. And then come all the way down. And then take your arms into crocodile arms for a moment for a little bit of a break. So I want to contrast the Cobra poses with an upward dog pose here. If you come back up onto your table position, and one other thing, I know I've mentioned this to you before, but I want to repeat myself. If you find your wrists getting sore, one thing you can do is either use your blocks, prop up, or the other thing you can do is roll up your mat and put your palms on the edge of your mat, and it'll just elevate, it'll make your hand not be quite 90 degrees. It'll elevate the wrists a little bit. So just two little things. And then also you can get a towel or a blanket and roll it up and put your wrists on that if the wrists are bothering you. Okay, so that was Cobra, the two versions of Cobra. Now upward dog is different than Cobra. Cobra, you have your pelvis on the mat. In upward dog, you don't. So we're going to do the upward dog with our knees down. We're just going to shift our chest forward so that our chest comes between our arms. Our elbows are by our sides. Shoulders down from the ears. Press the tops of the feet into the mat if you can. Rotate the thighs inward and breathe. So in Cobra, our pelvis was down. Upward dog, your pelvis is up. Come back to table briefly. Come back all the way, bring your hips to child pose briefly. And then back to table. And then we'll do upward dog again. This time you have a choice of lifting your knees off the mat or not. So bring your chest forward, shoulders down, really push the tops of your feet into the mat. If you keep your toes tucked, but if you can untuck them, it's more of the traditional upward facing dog. And here you can choose to lift your knees or not. And then breathe. And then if your knees are up, bring them back down. Sit all the way back to child pose. This time, bring your arms by your sides, palms facing up. Rest your head on something. Block, bolster, blanket, and then just make gentle open and close fists to release your wrists. Make small circles with your fists to release the wrists. And then please come back to your table pose. And I'm gonna show you, break down a downward facing dog pose with you, but we're gonna do so by doing the top half of a downward facing dog first, which is the puppy pose. So this is the top half of downward facing dog. You're gonna walk your hands forward, keep your butt way up in the air. Spread your fingers, just like you were doing downward dog. Press the fingertips into the mat so that you have a slight bend in your knuckles. Now, the eye of the elbow, which is this part, you're gonna push your forearms together so that the eye of the elbow comes up and forward. Does that make sense? Up and forward, which means this shoulder, top of the shoulder is gonna roll out. And then just let your chest melt down towards your thighs and your head relax between your arms. This is the top half of a downward dog. Nice big extension of the spine. And now we'll push back to table. And then before we push it up to downward dog, I'm just a couple of pointers here. So everybody's body is different, but a rule of thumb for downward dog is to take your hands from a square table, walk it one hand width forward, and then tuck your toes and come up to downward facing dog. However, everybody's different. So if that distance between your hands and feet doesn't feel good for you, you can move your feet closer or farther away. The other thing I want you to try now is, instead of taking your middle finger pointed to the short edge of your mat in front of you, rotate your hands outward slightly so that your index finger is pointing directly in front of you. And in doing so, feel how you can squeeze your forearms toward each other and rotate that eye of the elbow forward. And as you rotate the eye of the elbow forward, feel your shoulders roll out. And then feel your shoulder blades come down your back by pushing your shoulders down from your ears. And now we'll tuck our toes and keep our knees bent as we lift our hips into downward facing dog. So keep your knees bent, and once again, here's where you adjust the distance between your hands and your feet to feel good in the stretch. Your chest is melting down, your head's melting between your arms. Don't forget to be rotating those forearms up so that the eye of the elbow faces each other and upward, shoulders rolling out. Rotate your thighs toward each other slightly, and then breathe. Remember, this is going to eventually be your relaxation pose. And then bend the knees and walk the feet up to the hands. And then very slowly rise up. Inhale. Exhale, Anjali T. Anjali Mudra. And then into Tadasana. So from Tadasana, bring your arms in a T, thumbs pointing down, and then reach behind you, and then take your left hand and grab your right bicep. Now, if that doesn't work for you, you can always use a strap around your arm instead, like so. And this is just stretching out now the left rotator cuff area and the deltoid area, which is the big muscle on the top of the shoulder. Now, if this is not enough for you, if you can take your other right hand and just grab the opposite elbow behind you. So you do what your shoulders feel good. And then when you're here, just let your forearms support your lower back as you just lean backwards slightly and open your chest up. And then release, shake all that out. And then we'll do the other side. So arms in a T, thumbs down. You're gonna reach your right arm behind you and then grab your left bicep or put the strap around the arm and grab the strap like so. And if you want more, then you just take the left hand and grab the right elbow behind you. Make sure that you're not overarching your lower back, but you're supporting your back with your arms. Keep your belly tight and then push your chest forward and lean back slightly. And release, shake all that out. And then please grab your belt. In the middle of your belt, have a nice long belt here without a loop in it. And then open your hands in a Y as you bring the belt above your head. Good. Keep the belt taut. Keep your feet parallel to each other. Keep your belly tucked in, tailbone down, thighs rolling in. So you have a Tadasana body here, except your arms are spread in a Y. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Let's windmill laterally to the right. Back up to center, inhale. Exhale, lateral bend to the left. Back to center. Now, if this works for you, this is a big shoulder stretch. Widen your hands on the belt as wide as you can go, and then come on down behind you as far as your shoulders will allow. Maybe if they allow to come all the way down to right where the belt comes underneath your shoulder blades. And wherever you are now, just make sure your neck is not crunched up. So even if you're here, that's okay. Even if you're here, that's okay too. Wherever you are, just keep a relaxed neck and then take a deep breath in. As you exhale, we're going to twist our body to the right. Inhale, exhale, center. Inhale, exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, exhale, back to center, and then release. I'll put the belt aside. For our next yoga essential is a balance, one-legged balance. So Joe's give you advance warning in case you want to move off your mat or get next to something. Starting in Tadasana. Inhale, arms up. As you exhale, we're going to lean over to the left and let our right leg kick out to the side in our one-legged balance. I call this Ekapada, which just means one leg. Ekapada Asana, one-legged pose. And then breathe. And then come back up, Urdhva Hastasana, upward salute. Inhale. Exhale, come into your chair pose. Inhale. Exhale, swing your arms behind, bring your chest down to your thighs, fingertips pointing up to the ceiling. The swinging chair, I call this. And then inhale, swing your arms back forward into chair. Slowly rise all the way back up. Inhale, put your fingertips up. Exhale, lean to the right. The left foot comes out to the side in our Ekapada Asana. Foot comes down, arms come back to Urdhva Hastasana, upward salute. Inhale, exhale, chair. Inhale, exhale, swing the chair, the arms behind you, fingers pointing up. Inhale, bring the arms forward into chair. Exhale, come up, back up to Ekapada, to Urdhva Hastasana. This time, come up onto your toes, your tippy toes. Take a deep breath here. Exhale, bring your heels down, come back to chair. Inhale. Exhale, swing the chair, arms behind you, belly on your thighs. Inhale as you swing back into chair. And then reach all the way up, back onto your tippy toes. And feel your calf muscles engage here. And you breathe. We don't come on our tippy toes very often. This is very good for your calves and your feet. And then bring your heels down, arms back down to Tadasana. Shake your arms out. All right, please grab a block and place it within your reach in front. Return to your Tadasana. Take your right foot, cross it over your left leg, pinky toe to pinky toe, so that your knees are sort of nestled within each other. And then bring your arms open in a T. We're going to hug ourselves, right arm under left. Inhale, exhale, right arm comes under the left arm. Stack your elbow on top of elbow. Keep your neck relaxed as you bring your forearms toward each other into our eagle arms. So the elbows keep up to shoulder height. Push the forearms away to really feel an opening in your shoulders, in the back. Keep your neck relaxed. And then slowly unwind your arms. Keep your legs crossed. Inhale, arms in a T. Exhale, bring your hands to your hips and lean forward with a flat back. And either stay here, or you can take your hands down onto your block for a cross-legged forward fold, Uttanasana. And then very slowly rise up. Inhale, reach up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, arms in a T, Anjali Mudra, and then uncross the feet, and then return to Tadasana. Breathe a couple of breaths here as you take a little break. Make sure your shoulders are down, make sure your belly's in, make sure your head's right on top of the shoulders. Okay, we'll take our left foot on the outside of our right foot, crossing in front. Kind of nestle your knees together. And then inhale, open, hug ourselves, left arm under right arm this time. Elbow on top of elbow, hands on opposite shoulders. And then very slowly, gradually, just bring your forearms together into eagle arms here. Once again, long neck. Think about your neck elongating as you push your forearms away. Elbows stay up to shoulder height. One more breath here. And then slowly unwind. Arms in a T, inhale. Exhale, hands to hips. Slowly come from your hip crease with a flat back. And either stay here, or the hands can come down to the block or the mat. You can bend the knees as much as you want to here. And it just gives a different stretch to the hamstrings with the legs being crossed. You get more to the abductor muscles, which are on the outside of your hips. And then slowly rise up. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, arms in a T, Anjali Mudra. And then uncross and return to Tadasana. Take a few breaths here. Thinking about your nice straight spine, tall body, shoulders down, chest forward, tailbone down, thighs rolling in slightly. Your head's right on top of the shoulders, chin parallel to the ground. Okay, one more balance we're going to do. So again, if you want to move off your mat, like I like to, for more stability. And then we'll inhale, arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Shift the weight to the left foot so that your right knee comes up and your right arm comes down. And then pause here for a couple of breaths. It's called the cross crawl. We're not going to do the crunches today like we did on Sunday, because this is supposed to be a gentle class. Okay, bring the foot down, bring the arm down, shake everything out. And now we'll Urdhva Hastasana one more time, upward salute, shift the weight onto the right foot so that you can bring the left knee up and bring the left arm down. Couple of breaths here. Keep your belly tight. This is really good for your core strength as well. Core strength, balance, leg strength, all wrapped up into one. Super, super good for you. One more breath here, and then exhale, bring it all down. Very, very good. All right. Back to your mats. If you've gotten off your mats, have your blocks handy in front if you want to use them. And then we're going to do a very slow flow. Go at your own pace, do what you can here and leave out what you don't want. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, come into chair. Inhale, hands on thighs. Exhale as you straighten your legs, extending your spine, flattening your back. Inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, bring your hands down to the mat with bent knees. And you can either keep your right hand on a block or the mat in front of you, or take your right hand onto your left ankle. Keep the knees bent as you lift your left arm open to the left as you straighten your left leg. Another breath here. Exhale, bring that hand back down, either onto your blocks or onto the mat. Take a deep breath here. Exhale, step your right foot back to a high lunge. So if you're on your blocks here, you want a block on either side of the front foot. If you're on the mat, you want a hand on either side of the front foot. Make sure the left knee's lined up over the left ankle. Your hips are level now into this high lunge. Plant your right hand on the mat or a block and then twist open to the left. Then left hand comes back down. Step the right foot back to a full plank. And now bring your knees down to the mat. Shift your chest forward into our upward facing dog. Shoulders down from the ears. Chest forward. Press the tops of your feet into the mat. Push back to table. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up to your downward facing dog. Spread the fingers wide. Remember what we do with the eye of the elbow, rotating it inward and upward. Take your right leg up in the air behind you and then swing it up between your hands. Now you can either put your knee down here or pick your foot up, however you need to get it up between your hands. And then you're going to shift your weight to your right foot so you can bring your left foot up next to your right foot. And then slowly rise up. Inhale. Exhale. Arms in a T. Anjali Mudra. So all of that can be done with your blocks or without. We'll do the other side now. Inhale up. Exhale, come in a chair. Inhale, exhale, hands on thighs, extend your spine, flat back. Inhale, exhale, bend your knees, bring your hands down to mat or blocks. This time you can keep your left hand on the mat or a block, or take your left hand onto your right ankle. Both knees are bent. And then we're going to open our right arm as we twist to the right, and then straighten your right leg. Keep your left knee bent, but your right leg gets straighter. And then that hand comes down. Inhale. Exhale, left foot steps back to a high lunge with or without blocks. Either way, your hand should be on either side of the front foot. Put weight into your left hand and twist to the right. Right hand comes back down, either keeping hands on blocks or not. Step the right foot back to plank. Knees come down. Shift the chest forward to upward facing dog. Plant the feet, tops of the feet in the mat if you can. And if you want to lift your knees off the mat here, that's your option. And then if your knees are up, bring them back down. Push back to table, tuck the toes. Reach your hips up to downward facing dog. And your choice, you can put your right knee down as you lift your left leg up behind you and swing it up between your hands. Back to your high lunge, or pick the foot up and put it there. Shift the weight so that you can bring your right foot up next to your left. And then slowly rise up. Inhale. Exhale, arms in a T. Anjali Mudra. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend your knees, forward fold all the way down, either onto the mat or blocks. Step back to your downward facing dog. And bring your knees all the way back down to the mat. And then sit back to child's pose briefly, resting your head on either the mat or your hands or a block or a blanket. And then please slowly push up and then come seated. You could use a bolster here or a blanket if you like. Starting in staff pose. So your legs are extended in front of you. Your legs are straight, but your knees are not locked. Your torso is vertical. You're in a 90-degree angle to your legs. Your shoulders are down from your ears, and just rest your palms lightly beside your hips. Tilt your pelvis forward so you feel the neutral lumbar in your lower back. Let's take our right foot now, bend the right knee to the chest, and then take the right foot on the outside of the left leg. Keep your left foot flexed and pointed up. Left arm hugs the right knee into the chest. And then right arm comes forward as you inhale. Exhale, twist, and plant that right hand behind you so that you're propping your spine up so that it's vertical. You're using your left arm to hug the knee into the chest to help leverage the twist. Keep your left foot active, your left leg active by flexing the foot and engaging the left muscle so you're not just hanging out there. Make sure your shoulders are down from your ears. One breath in. Exhale, slowly come back to center. Keep rotating your body all the way to the left. Plant your hands on the left side. Bring your right hip up and bring your right shoulder over just for a brief counter twist here. And then back up to center. Return to Dandasana so that we can realign our spine in staff pose Dandasana. Feet flexed, knees up, toes up, shoulders down, hands lightly beside your hips, pelvis tilted forward so that you have that neutral lumbar. Chest forward. Then the left knee, Take that left foot onto the outside of the right leg. Right arm hugs that knee into the chest. Left arm, inhale forward. Exhale, twist, plant the left hand behind you. Every time you exhale, get a little deeper in the twist. Make sure you pay attention that that right leg stays active by flexing the foot and engaging those muscles in that leg. So you don't waste any effort here. Keep the shoulders down from the ears, your neck soft as you twist. Inhale. Exhale, slowly bring your head, shoulders, chest around. Keep rotating. Plant the hands on the other side of the body. Bring the left shoulder forward for a brief counter twist. And come back up to center. And then please pop off your bolsters so that you can come onto your backs with knees bent and have your block handy. And once you're flat on your back, we'll do a sacrum on the block. So take your hips, raise your hips and put the sacrum underneath, or the block underneath your sacrum. And either stay here with your feet on the mat, which is a supported bridge pose, or come up into your waterfall pose, Viparita Karani. Okay, please slowly lower your legs down. Lift your hips, remove the block. Keep your knees bent, feet flat on the mat. And take one hand onto your belly, one hand onto your chest, into your heart center. And we'll do our whiskey breath here. So with the whiskey breath, we're going to prolong the exhalation. This is the chill out breath. This is where you're going to chill. So I'm going to let you do your own pace, but whatever your inhalation is, allow your exhalation to be 2 to 3 beats longer than your inhalation. And just go slowly, deeply. And as you inhale, feel the hand on your belly and your chest rise. And as you exhale, feel the hand on your belly and your chest fall. At your own pace. So let's do several of these, maybe 5. And as you experiment with your whiskey breath here, maybe you can make both the inhalation and the exhalation 1 beat longer, maybe each time. Please finish one last round of your whiskey breath, deep, deep, long inhale and longer exhale. And please bring your arms to your sides. Into a T, palms facing up. Walk your feet together, bring the soles of your feet so that they touch each other. Allow your knees to fall open like a butterfly. And allow the pressure of gravity to gently massage your groin muscles open. Allowing your adductor muscles, the inside of your leg muscles, to stretch and relax. And then please very slowly bring your knees together. And if you would like to hug your knees into your chest to release your spine, and then go ahead and come into your Shavasana pose. Well, that's sort of redundant. Shavasana means corpse pose. So you would not say Shavasana pose, you would just say Shavasana. And as you're lying in your final relaxation, please focus on your breath. Slow down your breathing. Release all tension in your body. Focus especially on your shoulders, your neck, and your jaws. This poem is called Goldenrod by Mary Oliver. As you know by now, she's very good with her imagery in her poems. And also, she sometimes has a surprise ending. On roadsides, in fall fields, in rumpy bunches, saffron and orange and pale gold, in little towers, soft as mash, sneeze bringers and seed bearers, full of bees and yellow beads, and perfect flowerlets and orange butterflies. I don't suppose much notice comes of it except for honey, and how it heartens the heart with its blank blaze. I don't suppose anything loves it except, perhaps, the rocky voids filled by its dumb dazzle. For myself, I was just passing by when the wind flared and the blossoms rustled and the glittering pandemonium leaned on me. I was just minding my own business when I found myself on their straw hillsides, citron and butter colored, and was happy. And why not? Are not the difficult labors of our lives full of dark hours? And what has consciousness come to anyway so far that is better than these light-filled bodies? All day, on their airy backbones, they toss in the wind. They bend as though it was natural and godly to bend. They rise in a stiff sweetness, in the pure peace of giving one's gold away. Please enjoy a few moments of inner bliss. Please bring your awareness back to your breath. Slowly deepen your breathing as you gently wake up your body, making small movements. Please bend your knees toward your chest and roll onto your right side in a fetal position to seal the practice. And in doing so, you're sealing the hot, bright, energetic, masculine side of your body and exposing the cool, dark, calm, feminine side of your body. And that calmness will carry you for the rest of your day. Please very slowly keep a quiet mind and push up to seated. And then if you'd like, please join me with the closing chant. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May the entire universe be filled with peace and joy, love and light. Victory to the Cat Rock Yoga class and to the inner teacher. Jai Shri Satguru Maharaj Ki Jai. Knuckles to my forehead honors God. Knuckles to my chin honors you. Knuckles to my heart honors myself. Namaste. And Jai. Jai, yogis. Jai.